Welcome to Icarus, our usual Friday Patchnotes discussion session. Week 137, Farmer Satchel. Echo can be here, so I'm here with Carl. I'm gonna pull him in. Hey Carl, how you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm doing good, and you?
Not bad at all.
Good, good.
So,
Weekend, and
yeah,
like I said, we don't have the joys and fun of having to spend our weekend fixing machines. So
exactly, exactly. It's weekend, so it's gonna be enough time to play. Which is good. Uh,
it seems like
yeah.
we're going to have a couple of new items to play around with.
One new item, yes, the Farmer Satchel. Comes with 16 storage slots. It's a
That's not a lot
tier.
of storage spots.
The old one has 6 from the top of my head. The tier 1.
Yeah, I think so. Either at 8 or 6,
No,
but it
I
was.
believe even 6.
Uh, yeah,
So
I
the,
mean probably, but this is 4x4, so I would imagine a 4x2 versus a 3x2. But yeah, I can't remember.
well, it's still in the game, so I can have a look. Yeah, during subsequent gameplay, and I will have a
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
But the new Farmer Satchel is the tier 2 upgrade on the old tier 1 seed pouch. This new one has 16 slots, and you can use it for fertilizer as well.
Oh,
Good,
you
good.
mentioned fertilizer, didn't you?
Yeah. So I was hoping it would also hold dirt and sand, but it's not.
Oh,
It's seeds and fertilizer, but still. 16 slots. Now with last week's change, we got to a total of 5 different fertilizers. So even with 5 different fertilizers, you still have 11 slots. So you can have like 11 different stacks of seeds in your pouch, your satchel. So that's good.
so it's still only seeds and
Seeds and
uh,
fertilizer.
okay. I thought I was kind of hoping to be able to carry the actual products of the fruits of the your efforts, but all right.
No. No, it's going to be seeds and fertilizer.
Right.
So, well, it's week 137 now. So welcome to week 137. We're looking at a farming again today. This time by adding the new Farmer's Satchel, the tier 2 upgrade on the seed pouch. It has all the benefits of the seed pouch, but with more slots and uses than just seeds. That makes it more useful when working with a large amount of crops. We're also talking today about the upcoming Prometheus map expansion with details about how the minimap works in this new null sector. So
Okay.
let's jump in and have a read, shall we? A couple of notable improvements. Medicines crafted on a person will now head straight into the medicine satchel. Good, because yeah, if you craft it on your person, it goes into your own inventory, and then you had to manually put it in the medicine pouch, medicine satchel. So I'm glad I fixed that.
Mhm.
Fix a spoil timer showing a 0 instead of the correct time. I have not seen this issue myself though. But yeah, if the spoil timer constantly says 0, then you have to like look at the spoil bar thingy to determine roughly when it's gonna spoil. So I'm glad they fixed the spoil timer. And reduce the spacing in the objective list to better fit missions with many objectives.
Oh, for big
So
lists, yeah.
yes, the many objectives. Then at some point, if there are too many, like runs off screen.
I remember that we had a mission of that at some point where it was like off the screen and we couldn't kind of see it. Did they introduce like a collapsing system, or I can't remember if it was ever fixed.
Reduced spacing. Also, and this has been there for a while already. As soon as you like, you have like a tree with branches for the mission objectives,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and as soon as you finish a part, that part
Remove.
collapses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that. But if it was, yeah. So,
So yeah, if in at the start you have like it runs off screen because it's too long, as soon as you finish a part, that branch collapses. So
yeah.
it takes up less space. By reduced spacing, I would say the lines are closer together.
Yeah.
So this week we have the Farmer's Satchel. And we're adding the new Farmer's Satchel as a new item you can place in your inventory and use for extra seed storage. It has 16 slots, which is considerable more than the tier 1 seed pouch. The new satchel is crafted at tier 2, I reckon on the... might be ranching station, or maybe it's the textiles bench, I don't know, we'll have to see.
It's Excel bench.
And can be viewed as a direct upgrade. It can also hold fertilizer, making it substantially more useful for farming compared to the seed pouch, which is useful mainly for foraging alone. To be honest, I don't really do a whole lot with fertilizer anyway. I have a bunch of crop plots with crops standing by. Long live the no withering talent.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of crop plots with crops standing by, and I don't use fertilizer.
Yeah,
I don't do
true.
any large scale farming either. So I did look at the mounds, by the way, mounds
Yeah.
with a D last week. Dirt you dig up is dirt. Doesn't matter which shovel you use. However, if you make a mound with a higher tier shovel, it has protection against higher tier storms. With the workshop one, giving you basically it's invulnerable to storms.
Well, it went up to level 6 according to
Level
the
8
patch
actually.
notes. They said in the notes it goes up to level 6. You're the one that said there was level 8 storms.
Yeah, I looked, and if you,
Nothing.
I made a mount with the workshop shovel, and it says tier 8 and like the red
Oh,
storm icon in it and everything.
okay.
And
Oh,
so
wait.
I've made a mount and I've put soybeans in it, and it hasn't taken any storm damage at all.
Okay.
And now there is the fertilizer which speeds up recovery, and there is a fertilizer which reduces storm damage. But I haven't really used
Yeah.
it. I haven't really used either of them because I don't really care about those mounts at all. Like I said, I have crop plots in an enclosed area, greenhouse.
Yeah.
So, and
Well, you know what you
also,
could do to test it as well?
well, if you do like the large scale farming with the seed cart and everything, then you're gonna need tons and tons of this fertilizer.
Can you make mounds in the volcanic biomes?
Uh, I reckon yes.
Because what is the most deadly storm you could think of?
Doesn't matter which biome, but the red storms, they're harsh.
Okay.
Whatever
And
biome
how
you're
about
in.
a meteor storm?
It's not a storm, it's not a weather event.
Oh, well, technically it says it's a meteor storm,
True, true, but
and it's
I've been standing right next to where the meteor hits,
oh yeah.
and I didn't think I took much damage. It's been a while ago, though. So my recollection is a tad fake. Might have something to do
Oh,
with the meteor impact, but
yeah, yeah,
didn't really
true.
take
But that
much
was the
damage.
thing that I was thinking of. That was the final test. Maybe it's put it in the place where there would usually be a meteor storm landing, and then the
Yeah,
mound over
there's a
something
problem.
else.
You can't predict where
Yeah.
it will land.
Well, isn't it an oh yeah, because it's the no, doesn't it also work for the isn't it also meteor the meteor lands where the red exotic tree spawns.
Or purple.
Yeah, true, but we know that did they randomize the red tree spawns now?
Uh,
Or is it still in
that's
the
that's
same
the whole
location?
idea. You have I don't know, like 160 possible spots on the Prometheus map.
Oh, okay, because
Uh,
last time it was just three, right? It was just like
no,
that in L2 or somewhere else
there are
by Clifton. There was
possible
it.
spots. At each given time, there can be a max of 3 exotic veins, with a max of 2 reds, unless you get a glitched exotic
Well, that's fine.
spot.
That doesn't matter. We could probably move on regardless. It's
Yeah.
fine. My point basically being is that you could try and get a mount somewhere where the meteorites will fall and then see if anything gets damaged that way. But yeah, it's just for jokes.
Yeah, like I said, you have like 160 or so possible spots, and you can't really see where unless there is a exotic spawn. And then you have to like clean it up and hope the next meteor event won't hit it there, and then you have to put your mount exactly in that spot. The thing is,
Well, next to it is fine.
where
It
the
doesn't have to be like
meteor
right.
hits, there will be an exotic location. So
Yeah.
if there is a mount in that place, there will not be an exotic location. So there will not be a meteor event, which in theory means you can prevent meteor strikes.
Yeah, interesting. I would have just imagined it to drop it, but yeah, it's okay.
But yeah. Anyway, coming soon, the free Prometheus expansion for the people who have bought the Prometheus DLC. That is. Because if you don't have the DLC, then yeah, you don't have the expansion. Makes sense.
Yeah.
We have entered the closed testing phase of our Prometheus map expansion, while we iron out some bugs that have cropped up. It's likely to take a few weeks, and depending on the results, we may enter a stage of wider testing amongst the community. Not sure whether or not I'm gonna participate.
Hmm.
I mean, I could do. Well, obviously, also it depends on whether or not we can stream it. Because if I can't stream it, then I rather play normal and stream that. But we'll see. Now, this map expansion comes with 5 new missions that have you venture across the wasteland. The entire area is known as the Null Sector, and is a completely dark zone that requires a new item to map out. It won't naturally become visible on your minimap as other explored areas of the map would. So find out more about this next week. In future content we have seen something indeed about like mapping raiders or something.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, you could also just go in
chain the
blind.
raiders and chain the radars,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but you could also just remember where you are and landmarks and bull towers or marks or something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you know as well as I do, I'm not good at that.
yeah, you could just learn or just
Nah.
like I said, just build a manual. Like I mean, do what they do in like Minecraft, which is usually you just build a very tall tower and just put what do you do usually? Torches down, and then it's like yeah, when it's night, you can sort of follow the torches or you could build just manual small little things that can sort of get you along the road because I don't think it's going to be necessary, but it'll be interesting when they announce how it's going to work. And because if you're going to have like, you can't go past this error messages, you're venturing into unknown kind of warning blockade kind of approaches like you had in the beginning phases when you wanted
Out
to
of
try and
bounds. Yeah.
out of bounds, basically, then that's not going to be as, I mean, we'll have to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
That's nice. Let's see.
A nice picture here, by the way. Now I could be
Of the
mistaken, but isn't this the tunnel between the
I think
grasslands
so.
and the volcanic?
I think so, to be honest, to me. It's the same thing if you scroll up the pic. Well, yeah, I mean, I also recognize the picture of the noticeable improvements, but of notable. But
That more looks like, and it's definitely not a Prometheus, but looks
no,
like
that's
Styx.
Olympus.
This is
No,
Olympus. Okay.
that's Olympus. That's Olympus, and I think that's yeah, definitely Olympus.
Okay.
But I think that's my bet. But yeah, I think this does look like the lava zone.
Yeah,
I recognize it.
the
The
tunnel
connector.
between the grasslands and the volcanic biome.
Yep, pretty much. I think.
Coming soon,
And
Prometheus world bosses.
looks like a slug
Yeah.
or like a cobra slug or something. I don't know. It's got a big head. Yeah.
Yep. So we're also working on a new world boss in Prometheus, which will be found in the swamp biome. While we're
I
not
hope that's not
releasing
it.
too many details yet, we thought we'd share a picture of one of its smaller forms to give you a
Okay.
few nightmares in the meantime.
Yeah, I
So,
was about to say it because if that was it, I was I was gonna be like, huh?
Well, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about maybe it's going to be the big ape. Remember?
Uh, yeah, I thought it was going to be like originally because we talked about the icebreaker.
That
Was
was
its
last week,
name,
yeah.
and then there was like,
But
and
like,
then
was it last week as well, or the one before, where they were talking about apes in
yeah,
the
no,
swamp?
there was last week as well. Yeah, so there was some sort of a boreal, like tree, thing. But snakes and slugs, go up trees.
Yeah.
It's to do that.
Well, this definitely is no ape, and this is a smaller form of the world boss.
Yeah, so I think that, and yet again, it does. I would have thought it to be some sort of burrowing-based snake kind of thing. So it just this image looks like a type of cobra-headed slug, which is interesting. It is hovering over a dead prospector or
Yep.
sleeping he's just sleeping peacefully. He's not under danger at all.
Well,
But
I must say, it's this prospector's own fault. Look, he's not even wearing any armor or anything.
yeah, he probably just dropped down in the wrong location. But
Yep.
no, it looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be interesting enemy to fight. But if it's a slug, there, well,
But
visits
if it's,
visits aren't really slow actually. They aren't darn fast, especially when they're
well,
attacking. So
I mean, it depends if it can spit. Depends because I mean, this one looks almost like a hooded cobra kind of,
yeah,
because slugs usually don't do that. So it could be that it spits like the well, not like the barbs or something. It looks like it's got like an acid based, like a trail. It could probably do something like that. We'll have to see when they start, telling us more about it.
yeah,
And this is just a juvenile form of it, so I
yeah.
presume the adults would probably be, you
Way
know,
bigger.
way bigger, probably on par with the
Scorpion King or something.
sandworms. I think a sandworm's way
Sandworm.
bigger than Scorpion King, but probably like I would imagine 5 times bigger, like more girthy than the sandworm. So it'll probably be a big thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one to fight, though.
Mm. No, it depends on the mechanics.
True,
We'll see.
true. We'll have to see whether or not the old beam trick is still valid for this world boss.
Doubt it.
I mean, you can use it with a sandworm if you want. It's
Yeah,
not any really any use.
I think in this case you would need to probably use the foliage, probably get behind big trees, the indestructible ones, and then sort of take
Yeah,
shots at it. And then we'll probably be like, I'll probably summon these guys as well, like phases and all these kinds of
hey,
things.
like
So
Scorpion King summons
yeah,
the
pretty much.
Skelly Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So if you then deal up with these guys and then
Well,
fight
you
up,
you say like take cover behind trees and such. Come on, man. With the sandworm, you just stand there and you take the spit
yeah,
as a
knife
man.
it. Yeah, yeah. But it depends on many factors. I'm
Yeah.
presuming because it's in the swamp, it will be very poisonous. So maybe even releasing like an aura cloud of like
Oh,
poison
that would be
damage.
definitely interesting.
So yeah, we'll see when they start releasing more info.
Yeah. Shotgun with explosive ammo. Well,
That's your usual go-to, yes,
yep, it works for everything.
pretty much.
Right. Next week we get a new pistol and new pistol balance.
Hmm.
So next week we will be adding more firepower to Icarus with a new tier 3 pistol, which can load 6 bullets at a time. The shock pistol, the workshop one, will also be adjusted to take into account the new pistol's ammo capacity. So I reckon it will get a larger magazine.
Yep, probably up to eight, I would think, because it makes sense because you can go 3 with the mod. The check, then this one has 6, and then the check will probably be like 8 or something. But
Yeah,
it's still not really addressing the issue that I would have imagined it. But you can see over here that there is some addition of a new crude
yep.
ammo. So
So
it's
yeah, the old one-shot pistol is being moved down to tier 2,
as it should have been,
along with
because
the
these are
addition
garbage.
of some new crude ammo crafted at the same tier 2. So yeah,
It's an interesting question that they pointed out because then what does that mean? Would it have less damage because they buffed
I reckon,
the bullets damage the previous patch, right?
yeah,
From 100 to 150. So it means
Well,
now that
it's being
it's
moved down to tier 2, so you don't have to take up to tier 3.
no true. Because to be honest, it's crazy. It's yeah, it was machining bench basically. So
Yeah, so tier
um,
2 is
but
crafting
wasn't
bench.
it? Wasn't yeah, but it wasn't.
Ammo
Just a normal
currently,
crafting bench?
ammo currently is crafted at machining bench, tier 3.
Yeah. Okay,
Now
so
the pistol
I
is
thought
moved
so.
down to tier 2, so
So
you
just a
can
normal
craft
crafting
it
bench.
at the
Yeah.
crafting bench, and the crude
And
ammo
ammo.
in the
Okay,
same
yeah,
tier,
that's okay,
also
got it. Yeah,
tier
that
2.
makes it a little bit better, I think, because at least because my biggest gripe was that, but you would still need to make gunpowder, which requires sulfur and tree sap
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's a tier 3 item, the one-shot pistol, so the same tier as the bolt action. Cost-wise, ammo is the same. Uh, the gun itself, the bolt action might be slightly more expensive, but it's the same tier and it does massively more damage. So
like I said, it
I'm glad they moved the one-shot pistol down to tier 2, easier, so earlier accessible and thus easier for its lesser damage.
true, but it's also, I just question. It'll be interesting to see. If, for me, it's still just primarily based around the lack of access to affordable ammunition. It's not feasible to sacrifice a slot and the credits costs for the limited amount of bullets which you can purchase
True.
from the workshop, and considering that you compare that to pretty much, all of the, 10 Ren cost of a bundle of 25 not freaking broad-headed arrows which kill almost anything and everything and never break, so it's I mean it's a broken item. We still all agree that the Larkle bow with the basic 10 cost Ren pack is pretty insane because
Man, the
it out
Larkwell bow
damages.
with stone arrows is already
Yeah,
very
but
powerful.
true, but like a 25 pack for 10 costs, it's like you can't have better value for money. It's like that
Exactly.
is insanely good, so that when you drop down, even if you just take the arrows, you could just be like, okay, well, fine, I'll take the arrows, and you have,
No,
yeah, I would do
I
it.
rather take the bow than the arrows, to be honest.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I would say
The larval bow with stone arrows does do way
no,
more
no, but
damage than a
remember, I'm
crude
talking
bow
about
with
cost.
Arrows.
Remember,
Cost-wise,
I'm talking about cost. 10 Rand, 25 top tier, massive damaging, almost indestructible arrows
true,
for, I mean, yeah, the
true.
Larva bow is 800 Rand and 400 exotics or
Is
more, 750
if you
exotics.
don't drop it, it's a one-time expense.
Yeah, true, but it's just to get there, right? So I'm just saying,
True, true.
I'm constantly trying to think of new players' perspectives. I
This is
understand that
true.
there is an end game,
Yeah,
and I just want more content for the beginning to mid-end players.
yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Well, this makes it a tier
it,
2, so
accessible. Yeah,
quicker
exactly.
accessible,
That's a good
easier
thing.
accessible for players, even for experienced players if they start a new account. So yeah,
What do you suspect would be the change in relation to the ammo? Because we already
uh,
know that gunpowder is, a requirement, and use the iron is a requirement to make bullets. Do you think it would still be the same, but you would just get
maybe
more,
maybe more. I mean,
or
they are gonna. I assume they're gonna use the same ammo casings.
well, that's
So
the
no,
question,
that is
right?
not.
So
Ammo casings actually is a tier 3
yeah,
item. They're made
that's
in the
my point.
machining bench.
It's
So one iron ingot for 5 ammo casings. That means that the crude ammo is gonna give you what, like 10 bullets per iron ingot, and then
I
like
don't
you
know.
use less gunpowder to make crude ammo than to make normal ammo. I would say.
Well, I mean, making gunpowder isn't that difficult, right? You just take, sulfur
Sulfur
and
and charcoal.
this, yeah, all chocolate, sulfur and charcoal. But yeah, it's not that difficult to get that, and then all you have to do is get some iron, which is easy to do.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, smelting the iron ingot, there you go. There's a gunpowder, and then now it's like, yeah, that's pretty much easy peasy. So if you could make it without using the machining bench or any type of
Well,
anything else, and just use the crafting table for it, then sure thing. That sounds good.
at the moment for the ammo you need the ammo casings, which is a tier 3 item.
You do?
Yeah, this has been changed quite a long while ago already. Why
I don't
you
recall ammo
craft ammo
casings.
casings from iron ingots, and
Yeah,
those ammo casings you use to make bullets.
I can't remember that.
I've been in the game for months and months already.
Okay, a month, but that was like before I haven't crafted bullets in ages, and all I remembered was
Yeah.
yeah, iron ingots and gunpowder.
Yeah, but that's a long time ago. Nowadays you turn iron ingots into ammo casings. 5
Yeah.
ammo casings for 1 iron
And what
ingot.
do you use? Do you just use the machining bench,
Yeah.
or do you need a special bench? Because
No,
it's
no,
normal
machining
machining
bench.
bench. Okay.
So you can get 5 bullets from 1 iron ingot, which is improvement because it used to be like 1 ingot for a bullet or something, I believe.
Yeah, it used to be cheapers.
Unless you had the talent for
Yeah,
cheaper crafting,
yeah,
then
it was pretty expensive. Yeah, it was pretty expensive. Yeah,
then you made like 5 bullets with 4
depends
ingots
on
or
what type
something.
of bullets, because you could have made the fire or the incendiary ones, which use three gunpowder or something. So
Yeah, it's all now you all first craft the basic bullet, and then you can turn the basic bullet into
the incendiary one.
explosive or into incendiary or into an armor piercing or whatever. But
Definitely changed. Yeah.
you use the base ammo for it.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
So it's a
But
two-step
yeah.
process now.
Okay. I think I remember the back in my day it was just you spend more gunpowder to craft it. But
I think
yeah.
you're thinking. Well, you might be thinking about a shotgun ammo where you use like 6 gunpowder for 1 shotgun shell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, could be. Could be. But
I'm,
anyway.
I'm I'm not sure about the prices nowadays, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
like I
mean
said,
it's a nice thing, definitely taking this tier two. What tier is the modification bench? The work
you
the
have the
thing.
tier 3 one, but the specific mod for a pistol, I'm not sure whether it's a normal or an advanced one, so tier 3 or tier 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of puts a dampener on it, because I must say that the stock pistol really only became even viable when you added in the magazine of free clip. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Well, yeah.
Because
True.
even then, legitimately, I would rather use a freaking longbow than a freaking pistol. Period.
It does do more damage, yes. So the advantage of pistol still is no drop off, or at least very, very, very
Yes.
little drop off. So for
Yeah.
long range, it's more accurate.
Yeah. And the only
For
other thing, yeah.
people who are not experienced with a bow,
Yeah, like I
but
said,
yeah.
I don't think that's a big thing, but I do think
And ammo
if
speed, hey, shooting at a moving target. You
yeah, it's instant. But
don't need to
crossbows are
lead
pretty
as
quick.
much.
No, but crossbows are also pretty almost
True,
instant.
true.
But I'm thinking mostly about, yeah, the it would be pretty. I would definitely make it quite cool slash more appealing for me personally, both late, mid, and beginning game, if the pistol gave um, a speed bonus or some sort of, where if it's reloading or you're shooting, is you're
There
not
are
slowing
talents for
down.
it.
You know?
There
No, I
are
know,
talents
I know,
for
I
it.
know. Yeah, there is the movement speed challenge for pistols. I know, but I'm more referring to like the thing that kills the crossbow is if you're reloading, you're crawling, and you're reloading all the time. Other than I haven't tried with the freaking the magazine one
Yeah.
yet. I'll definitely do that once I get the
Yeah,
pieces
you
set up.
definitely need to use that
But
one, the one with the magazine,
yeah,
and then you can
yeah,
fire multiple shots before having to reload.
before
So you
reloading, yeah,
can
that's good.
like shoot, and then you have a little bit of
Yeah,
a slow period.
the
Like,
reload,
okay,
yeah, which is
now I
fine.
can reload.
And that made the big difference to the pistol as well, because the pistol was also you're slow down as you're reloading, and you're reloading like constantly, because it's a
True,
pop and then you reload, reload,
true.
reload,
At
and
least
then
the
pop and
reload
then
of the
reload.
pistol is rather quick.
That's rather quick, yeah, but it's just to the point
Uh,
that if the, if you consider the lack of damage, and I'm pretty certain that the damage would even be lower because it's a lower, cruder
Yeah,
ammunition
I
crafted at
reckon
tier
indeed.
2, that the only saving grace I could think of to even justify it is mostly based upon maneuverability, because practically speaking, you could definitely book it holding a pistol in your hand rather than carrying a longbow around, which might
Uh,
theoretically make you a little bit slower. So
True for us because we are practiced with a bow in game.
true, true. But I'm just saying that that would be something that would make it, that would even make me consider, looking into
Well,
it a bit more.
I've been looking at people streaming and they really have trouble with a bow and they prefer
Is it?
firearms. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So for those kind of people, pistols are an option.
All right, yeah. I mean, it's a
But
good
yeah,
item now. It's a good change. That's the
oh
simplicity. It's
yeah,
doing
a
it
bit
more,
more
making it more
variety.
accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah, making it more accessible and increasing, moving, bringing in a new tier 3 pistol. I'm wondering what it would look like. Is this the pistol
This looks like
displayed
the
is
this looks like
the
the tier
bolt?
2 one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm wondering what the new tier 3 one would look like, because I'm assuming
And
it should
also
look
what
okay.
materials you need.
Uh,
Tier 3, well no, tier 3,
it was
yeah.
tier 3 is machining.
Tier 3 is
So
where platinum comes into play. Titanium is tier
yeah,
4.
yeah, could be. I wouldn't mind probably because it is a 6-clip magazine, and I think that would make it pretty nice. So especially it depends on the firing rates. If it's going to be similar to the pistol, where you can go clap, 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 clap kind of thing and reload, and it has a decent reload speed, that will be pretty cool. I think that would be
Especially
average.
against smaller enemies, yeah?
Yeah, but even then, it's like I think if you prob, I mean, you would have to do like a damage speed test with probably some like reinforced. You could probably do that. You could have, a timer going and then just sort of destroy a 2000 HP, piece of wall or something in front of you using a
You
pistol.
have the targets which are like 50k HP or something.
Yeah, not that much. Something that you
Well,
can measure.
you can shoot for like 10 seconds straight, or 20 seconds
And
straight, and
see what
see
the
how much
damage
damage.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Yeah, we can take a look at that. That makes more sense.
The disadvantage is it might be harder to do crit damage on the target, and crit damage on
Uh,
animals does do a lot of damage.
no, it does, but your crit damage only really happens. I mean, it's nicer of the pistols as well,
No,
because I must say
uh,
that hitting.
you can like
I know,
keep doing crit damage if you
I
hit the
know you
weak
can.
point.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That definitely hitting the weak points is definitely easier in certain circumstances using a pistol, and then getting a bow shot in because he's moving around
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be useful. So it's a good change. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's keep on going.
Right. Now support makes these updates possible. Still the 20% off for the patch bundle, 15% off for the complete the set bundle. Uh, so 147 euro for the entire set, or if you have pass already, it will be subtracted from the price. And then, actually, let me close these for now. We get to the new content. Not a whole lot. Basically, the new farmer satchel and the fix for both seed bag and medicine bag not auto gathering. Applicable
Hmm.
seeds when gathered or medicines crafted on player. The seed bag, actually, if you put it in your hotbar, it does work. I'll have a look and see if you still need to put it in a hotbar. The seed
Well,
bar, if you put it in your hotbar and then you harvest stuff, the seeds do go automatically in the seed bar, in the seed pouch, seed bag. If you have it in your inventory, it does not automatically go in.
okay,
Hopefully that's fixed because that will free up a hotbar slot.
yeah. And our hotbar slots are usually kind of reserved.
For like the important stuff. Yep.
Yeah, all the way up until usually number 6 or 7 or something. So maybe near the spare spot, but
So pickaxe and then the niche pickaxe and then the knife and then the bow. Number 5 is the
buttons.
axe. 6 is the sickle. 7 is the hammer. Uh, Not sure what I have in 8 normally. 9 and 10 is the ramps and the beams. 0. What do I have in 8? Oh yeah, my gun. Shotgun, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, no, usually you have, items
Yeah.
on those slots, bro.
So easy accessible and important stuff that goes into the hotbar. So if you don't need a seat bag and hotbar no more, good. It's freeing the slot up for something more important. Good, good.
It's been quite a constant thing over the history of Icarus that picking up items, not going into the locations where you would want or expect it to go is a common thing. Still a little bit here and there.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they fix it for the seat bags now, and especially for the new one. But we will
Yeah,
see. A couple of fixes. Confirm button on operation selection dialog being untranslated. Ah,
confirm is confirm, but yeah, I presume, yeah, certain
yeah,
languages have a different thing, but okay.
exactly. Fix a few typos in modifier states. You don't really look at them that much. Spoil timer showing 0 has been fixed.
Yeah,
Fix the industrial dresser not benefiting from extra storage talent. Yes, I've noticed that before. I'm glad I fixed that. Otherwise, my talent is useless when making this particular bench storage item.
what is a dresser?
Is the low, long storage item.
Oh, furnitures,
Yeah,
like a
furniture.
furniture or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh,
In this comes, by the way, the industrial one is from one of the
yeah,
DLCs, the industrial pack or
yeah, yeah,
something, which gives
yeah.
you
The
the brutalist and the
old one, yeah.
industrial items.
The
Slightly,
concrete looking ones.
yeah, just the brutalist one. Yeah. Slightly reduced spacing between quest objectives, etc. We have talked about that
Yeah,
one. And fix a build error with talents. I'm glad, otherwise we
interesting.
wouldn't have had a build.
Yeah,
Future content. There is a couple of interesting stuffs in here.
yeah, it's a list. Let's see.
Tweaks to the rock golem.
Rock Golem.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fix rock
Rock
golem
Golem.
crazy big attack radius. Hey, come on, man! It's a rock golem for
Okay.
crying out loud. Give it a crazy
Yeah.
big attack radius. It's gonna make it
It's
more of
like
a
the
challenge to
the
kill it. Yeah.
it's like the crystal golems from Valheim, where
Yeah.
they're sort of, when you see those guys coming along, you can
You're like,
dodge early.
okay, maybe I'll go around it instead of straight through it. Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool. It might make it a bit more entertaining that as you're, running up to like a random, vulnerable, undefended rock to hit it with your pickaxe, and then it suddenly starts shaking, moving, and gets up and then hits you back. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, let's mine this rock. You hit it with a pickaxe once and all of a sudden it comes to life and
It
starts
minds
hitting
you.
you. Yeah, it's gonna be nice, man. And it's gonna be interesting. I kinda hope it's gonna be something like that, you know? You're like,
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
like
what's this rock
a
doing
here
here?
and there.
I didn't see it a couple of minutes ago. Ah well, you know what? It's in the way. Let's mine it. And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden it starts mining you. That would be so
yeah,
nice,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, adding in some small things is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the additions to the rock golem BT.
I don't
What
know.
would the BT stand for?
Not sure either, but
Right.
BP is
But
blueprint. BT, not sure what it stands
BT
for, but
again.
Slug Boss.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be the new swamp world boss, I reckon.
Yep.
Adding Lava Hunter boss drop items.
There was a
This
picture of the lava thing. So
might be the boss you have to fight in the last story mission of
yeah,
Prometheus.
yeah. They mentioned it was in the volcanic biome or like the super hot thing. Yeah.
Uh,
Golem core. Yeah,
Lava
yeah.
Hunter new items. Golem core. More Icebreaker.
Icebreakers. Scratch sound. Scratch. See the scratch. I swear it's going to be like an ice spider. I think it's going to
Maybe.
be ice cave spider kind of thing, because scratching sound to match slow down, yeah, spider animation montage. Now on a seamless loop with continuous sound playback enabled to randomize the exact timing of the scratches. Interesting. So it's not just a play clip, it's got a little bit of variation to it, which does usually make things more eerie as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, I like that. Added the
Uh,
gun pistol Model T3, so it's
yeah.
probably different beginning a new model.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Test map for the rock golem. It's
Yeah,
interesting
I
that they
reckon
actually
for
bring
the
out the
devs.
whole test map for it. Yeah, I know. It's like how big is this thing going to be? It would actually be hilarious if it's a really big thing that you really like regret hitting it, kind of thing.
Ah, come on, man.
So
It's gonna be more of a
it's
challenge, you
like fall
know?
off a mountain or something. Yeah, it's like it's the shadows of the Colossus-sized thing. Jeepers, imagine.
Yeah,
No,
but hey, we need challenges, right?
yeah,
Without
that's true. That's true.
challenges, it's gonna become boring. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Move to target active
Scorpion
advance.
boss blueprints. Setting up
Interesting that they're
scorpion
saying.
throne, hanging, tail item setup.
Ooh, that's pretty. I'm wondering that's definitely for decor for obviously increasing resting
Yeah,
bonus.
but I
Okay.
reckon it's a scorpion
Yeah,
boss you have to kill to
yeah,
grab the stuff
yeah,
for it.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Or maybe you could also include. I mean, the Scorpion boss is Scorpion King is big, but yeah, I mean, those ice scorpions are still pretty freaking big as well.
The
So
Arctic ones, the red ones.
yeah, those things are pretty big. Those things still.
Yeah, but nothing compared to Scorpion King, man.
I think that about half these size. Scorpion King is big, but it's like I would maybe a third of the Scorpion King is it's still like but yeah, you could use parts of his carcass to then spruce up your house, and then yet again almost tying in to the Valheim thing again, where you hunt the world bosses to then hang up their trophies in your house
Yep.
or go hang up the thing to get the thing in the lodge. So yeah, it's
I'm
pretty
definitely
cool.
gonna make the Scorpion Throne as soon as
Yeah,
it's as it becomes available. I'll be hunting Scorpion King for it,
yeah.
and then I'll finally find out how hard it's gonna be to do it solo. I haven't done
Uh,
it yet,
I still
but
want to try with the knife build, with the routing, to slow him down to see where they're at. They just have a lot of
yeah, you
knives.
have
That's
to yeah the throwing knife.
yeah,
Yeah.
with the routing. I mean, eventually
Phew.
you would. I mean, it's also that's because my idea would be to try and defeat him with the lowest tech. How low can you go, kind of
Stone
thing.
knives. Well, you can
Yeah,
do
like
it.
I
You
I would just
just
need
have
chests
to
of it. Like
exactly.
put like well, does he? Yeah, because if you leave the zone, does he de-aggro and despawn?
Yeah,
Ah,
and
okay.
he will start generating a bit of health.
Ah, okay.
And we have done it before, Echo and me, where we were attacking a score boss, and then we had to sleep through the night because it took us like all day.
Yeah,
And so we had a quick base set up right next to the rock plateau.
yeah.
So
I
we
remember.
quickly went there, slept, went back in, and it had regenerated some, but not all of its health.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, you can put a chest down with stacks of stone knives.
Oh,
Go
cool.
with the
Interesting.
4 slot suit. Put
Yeah,
in 4 pack modules. That's going to give you like
yeah.
16 extra slots or so, or 24.
Yeah. And
6
just
per,
don't
so
get hit.
24.
Yeah. Some prime meats and stuff and some fruits. But yeah, like I said, that'll be a fun challenge at a certain point.
Oh yeah, true, true.
So items for Scorpion and Lava Hunter. Interesting that says for Scorpion and okay, so it's and the Lava
Scorpion
Hunter ready for
and Lava
meshes.
Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Darker movement audio for the Icebreaker. Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice and
darker yet
eerie.
again, and yeah, exactly. Definitely things gives me the vibes of like a ice cave spider thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Echo isn't gonna like it. I know Echo isn't gonna like it at all. I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah, the
freaking
one
cool.
below Egg is not
But
gonna like. Spider nests. Add to
yeah, that's the one.
Olympus.
Oh, you see.
Olympus spawn zone.
Okay, I
Devlocked
see.
still, but
Oh,
spider range attack.
okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's gonna be
That would
Olympus.
still be. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
So it
It's.
does mean it can't be that hard. Olympus is like the
Yeah.
easiest of the 3 maps.
Yeah, I mean, it's just walking into a cave and then it having been designated or cleared out and then basically turned into a spider cave. So,
Huh?
the usual RPG spider caves. So,
Actually, they are looking into making arachnophobe mode.
yeah,
We
for
talked
the
about it
thing to,
before.
yeah,
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 where
we
you're
did,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
attacked by kitties instead of spiders. But
butterflies or something,
yeah,
yeah.
like a kitten and still
Imagine,
spitting webs
imagine,
at you.
no, imagine it has to be puppies, little puppy Labradors or something. You have
Yeah,
to kill the puppies now.
kill the puppy. Yeah.
I can't kill the puppy. Well, then you turn it into spider mode. You either get over your fear or you're going to kill puppies. It's one of two
Yeah.
options.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But
Yeah.
I'm so gonna play without the arachnophobe mode.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I would like to see what it is. But yeah, it'll definitely give you maybe even a jump scare if it's like hanging on the ceiling and you hear like little scratching noises and you're like, stop mining. What
And
it
like,
was?
what's going
Yeah.
on? And all of a sudden, this web falls down from above, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, there we go. Gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
Let's see here because it's yeah.
Uh,
So Olympus zones, Devlock, spider range attacks, Lava Hunter Horn.
yeah, that's the Lava Hunter trophy currently is like
Yeah.
the little horn thingy. It's changing Hubble feature level to Dangerous Horizons, which is like the next DLC.
Hmm.
Fixing Sandworm trophy recipes and doing quick pass on all the new Sandworm recipes and items. So Sandworms will give you a trophy as well at some point. Nice, nice.
Hmm.
Setting up planetary items for Sandworm and Black Wolf.
Yeah, setting up a prototype because I saw all these mentionings of blueprints, and now this next one is like setting up a prototype, a boss blueprint tree. Why
Yeah.
would you need a blueprint tree of all the bosses? Would you be crafting them to defend your bases as pets?
Or is
No.
this for the different trophies, or we saw the
Or with the
Scorpion
thrones. Yeah.
throne, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Could be. Yeah.
unlock
A
craftables,
unique item.
yeah,
A
unique
unique item
items,
craftable from the buff. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes it useful to the point. I think because we always sort of captured the black fang, and I talked about the pistol, the black pistol, the
yeah,
black fang pistol or something at a certain point.
yeah, living
So,
weapons or
with unique
something to that
modifiers.
extent,
Yeah, live it.
yeah,
Yeah. I remember that ages ago. So maybe that's maybe continuing on that.
yeah. Adding icebreaker roar event. Do you
Yeah,
see a
spiders don't
spider
roar.
roar?
No.
No,
No, no,
exactly.
no, 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 no. Roar is interesting though. So roar is also what dragons do. So yeah,
Uh,
it's sort of
I don't
ice
know.
dragonish kind of
I
things.
can't
Yeah,
wait to find one, man.
yeah.
Eh, gonna be gonna be
Should be fun.
interesting to see.
Yeah, it definitely would be a massive surprise if if it is like a flying freaking ice strike. You like just hear like the beating wings or like the scratching
It's
of
I
ice
haven't heard. I haven't seen anything about wing audio.
growing.
Only footstep audio.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was like a footstep. So then it'll probably be like yeah, there's probably like a worms or something like I said that could still be there. So rock golems,
Rock
simple
golem
bravos.
tongue no longer has collision.
I don't know. Rock golems had tongues.
Exactly. What is it gonna look like, man?
I'm actually thinking if it's going to be like a mimic kind of thing, because mimic chests usually have big tongues and stuff like that.
Hmm,
So I don't know.
I don't know.
It could also be like the rock golem would have like a gold vein on its back or something, and then it's almost like and that's more RPG based rather than Icarus story based. So there's definitely like a hybrid between a mimic and a golem kind of effect that you could envision. But yeah, we'll
Huh?
have to see what they're gonna do.
So still a couple of weeks to go in the closed beta, in the closed test. Then maybe a more open test. So yeah, we won't get it before my vacation, I don't think.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Well, which means that as soon as it is released, I'll be back from vacation, so I can straight away start playing it. Good, good. Okay, let's see. Only slug rubber skin art
Yeah, it's
assets.
slug.
Yep.
Move fast audio. Yeah, that's gonna be
Adding
fun.
move, move met, and move fast audio in events.
Yeah.
More additions to the icebreaker, idle scratch
Hmm.
audio. Added art assets for 3 Scorpion Boss trophies to the project. 3 different
Probably
trophies.
just.
Okay, so we're gonna have to kill a
Uh,
whole bunch of Scorpion bosses then.
well, like I said, you've got the normal scorpions, which I think already have a vestige, and then you have the ice scorpion probably, which
Yeah, but there's no
still is
Scorpion
something.
boss.
Not true, but
Um, maybe. Hold on. We have the Scorpion throne, hanging, and tail. A
yeah,
bit further above, right? Are
yeah,
those
yeah.
the 3 trophies? One of the trophies being the Scorpion
Mm,
throne,
could be, yeah,
one of them being like some kind of hanging trophy from Scorpion boss, and one like the tail only or something.
yeah, could be.
That might be those 3 Scorpion boss trophies. What do you think of the next one? First pass of explosion sequence for when the boss splits.
Yeah, it's probably
Huh?
the like the rock golem.
So you hit it a whole lot of times, and then
Fight
all of a
non-stop.
sudden it splits into multiple smaller ones. So you have
Yeah,
to fight all the smaller.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That sort of it would make sense because it's
So a
it
bit above in
crumbles.
the we had this image of this slug, the smaller
Yeah, yeah.
form.
Oh,
So
yeah. Some
what
slugs, yeah.
if is the new world boss, the slug in the swamp? After you
Yeah,
hit
it
it
could be.
enough times, it splits into multiple smaller variations.
Yep.
Still,
Could.
all of them still pretty big. They all gonna
Yeah,
attack you at the same time.
could be. That's a
Whew.
stressful.
That's gonna
Slugs
be
do.
that's gonna be nice, interesting,
Slugs can
challenging.
do something to that effect. Yeah, that will
Yeah,
be at least a new mechanic to some extent.
yeah, I like that. So when you think it's over, it's that's when it actually starts.
Well, it's probably going to be like you probably have to, um, some certain bosses in certain games which have similar mechanics. It's split up into small parts where you then damage those small parts. So then eventually there's a phase where they conjoin to form the bigger boss again, and that's the point where it does a roar and then does a stunning or like a thing, and then you just have to keep on fighting it and rinse repeat until the boss is actually dead.
Yeah,
So it could be depending on how they're going to be playing it, or it could just be the rock golem shattering, or it could be one of many things at this moment. So
yeah. From what I say here, it says like boss split. I haven't seen anything yet about boss merge. So this could be like hit the big boss a whole bunch of times, then it splits into multiple smaller ones, which you then all have to kill. And once you
yeah,
kill the smaller ones, then you killed the boss.
yeah,
Gonna be interesting.
yeah.
Me likey a lot.
But there's a rock golem rolling part, so that's definitely like a golem basically, which just rolls damage and like tries to crush
Yeah.
you. Vocalizations for the icebreaker again.
Added
And
animation blueprints for the rock golem, locomotion, montage
mhm.
blueprints for the rock golem, spline based roll movement.
Yeah, like another
Um,
golem basically.
First pass trace as a commit for rock golem rake. Additional armor textures to follow. Okay, yeah. Armor texture might be for the rock golem itself. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Rock golem rig. Do you need something special to kill the rock golem? Or is this like for a specific mission only?
I don't
I
know.
want
It
I want the rock
immediately.
golem to walk around in the world. I don't want it to be like one specific mission only.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But Yeah, I don't know what they would want to do with this because it could also be like you're exploring a ruin somewhere and there's a rock golem or a massive statue which is basically embedded into the side of the temple or statue or like building, and then you pick up the hidden talisman on the middle of the floor which triggers a trap, and then the golem springs to life and hits you to death. Basically, it could be something like that. That's when I
Yeah.
read rock golem rig, that's the sort of thing I think of. That it's like it's encapsulated in like just standing in like as a defender to a certain location, and then once triggered, it would come to life and then proceed to bash your head into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it will become something that's roaming the world on its own instead of being mission bound. But that might be a bit too much to ask.
Mm, yeah, I think it would be that's too fantasy, possibly. Like, I mean, you would usually have, like in World of Warcraft or something like that, world plane bosses which just,
Yeah.
go around and, strolling. But
Yeah.
a
Make the rock
golem
golem into
isn't.
a normal world boss.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll have to see what's going to be interesting or not.
Yeah.
It would make
Uh,
sense that a golem might actually be the world boss, though.
yeah, like Sandworm and Scorpion King.
Yeah,
I,
because a
I
golem
hope that's what
is
it is,
like
you know? Because then
yeah,
it's on your open world, you'll have the
it's
chance
roaming around.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
like,
fighting rock golems.
yeah. It could be like almost like then to the point where it's like massive, massive thing,
Yeah.
which is just
And
walking
otherwise, if it's
around.
part of a mission, it means I have to start a mission, and just before I finish it, I have
Yeah,
to like abandon it. So at least I can fight the rock golem over and over again from within my open world, just for fun.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see.
Uh,
Our stomp audios,
wrong foot.
footsteps,
Yeah.
uh, Arctic bats, light produced intensities. Simply put, because the lighting in Arctic caves have always been a little bit interesting.
Bats will now react
Um,
and attack targets that damages the nest, like the kiwi.
oh
Kiwi
yeah,
doesn't
okay,
do
that makes sense.
anything unless you hit the nest, and then they come start attacking you.
Okay, mammoth corpse.
Show
Incorrect
incorrect
meshes
mesh.
as it's duplicated. It's fine, and the same thing. Build arrows of the talents and
Remove
removed an
unused.
unused override location for split attack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, those were the patch notes. Some interesting things with the rock golems and such.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard or seen mention of a rock golem. So, and
Same
there's a lot
here.
of details in there. It's like animations, rolling things, stomping things, possibly splitting things, depends on whether or not the splitting thing is applicable to the slug or the golem. I could see it in both cases.
And either
Um,
an area of effect damage or a ranged
oh
attack.
yeah, massive. Oh no, massive area of attack. I mean, I'm assuming the thing is going to be big and it's going to slam the ground and it will turn
Yeah.
you into a pancake.
Uh,
So it's
they
going to do
said
massive damage.
fix the crazy big attack radius. Ergo, it has
Yeah.
a big attack radius, so it's
It has a
either
big one. It's
range
just like
or area of effect.
it probably chucks big rocks at you, I presume. So it's a fair
Huh?
guess to say that would be what it would be doing.
Yeah.
And otherwise, yeah, the new sort of boss items that they want to bring out, possibly, they mentioned blueprints for all the bosses, which actually makes it so that there is a usable, possibly reward. They might start picking up on the unique items,
Yeah.
possibly being crafted from the carcasses of these bosses.
I
I
seem
mean, the only thing
to.
that we've gotten
Yeah.
similar was the closest thing that we have at the moment, which is actually usable, is like the sandworm armor or the cave worm bow and the darts, I mean arrows and stuff like that. So it's been
Yeah.
some time since they've introduced, because I think that was like the sandworm armor is probably the last.
Sandworm
Uh,
armor and scorpion armor.
oh, the scorpion armor.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
don't know scorpion armor, but I heard it was
Which actually increases your threat level.
increases it. Yeah.
Increases it, yes. And where the ghillie suit decreases it by a lot, sandworm armor increases it.
Alright, quite good.
But I seem to recall long time ago having seen something more about the scorpion throne thingy, but I can't recall no more. It's too long ago. Must be
Yeah,
months and months ago.
yeah, I should recall something about. Yeah, it seems like it's a decent future roadmap, and obviously they've got the pistol changes, which is probably going to come out soon, like next
Next week.
patch, I think.
Next
Next week,
week,
yeah.
the new pistol and balance.
The new tier and the new, well, they're moving it down a tier, and the new tier 3
Yeah.
pistol with the bigger magazine. And your speculation on the Chak pistol is it will go from
From 6
four
to
to
8. No, it has it 4?
it's four because I
Then
think the
it
pistol.
should be like at least 8 to have more
Oh,
than
it's
the tier 3 one.
the tier 3 one. I would also imagine so. It would be pretty. I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. It definitely is cool that they're bringing down the pistol to tier 2. Also
Yeah.
introduce the cheaper ammo, how it's going to be crafted, and how much damage it does. How affordable it is would make it more viable, I think. Obviously, the biggest issue of the tier 1 pistol then still is the fact that it's a one-shot reload item until you manage to get the module inserted for the 3 mag clip. But otherwise,
Yeah,
yeah,
but by the time you can make the manual, the attachments, you can already make the tier 3 pistol, which already has a 6-slot magazine.
yeah, true.
Now
So
added
definitely
attachments to that pistol, then you'll
nine
have
clip
like
mag.
yeah, 9 shot clip.
That's a lot of money. Remember, if you're talking about bringing down like
Yeah, but you
ammo
can use
from,
the planet crafted ammo. Still
yeah,
doing
you can definitely do that.
150,
Yeah, it still is, and that's a if
150
the fire
base.
rate's there,
Yeah.
it's pretty good, and accuracy, etc. So no, it seems like there's at least a decent amount of changes that I would need to play around with once I also start up again. But otherwise,
Yep.
it's patch notes. So
But yeah, those were the patch notes. So time for our outro. Uh, so I hope you enjoyed watching us go through the patch notes. We do this every week on Friday, 21:30 British Summer Time. Uh, if you did enjoy watching this, a like would be appreciated. If you watch this on Twitch and you want to get notified next time I stream, there's a follow button. Or if you watch this on YouTube, you want to get notified next time I upload something, there's a subscribe button. Other than that, thanks for being here, and I'll hopefully see you around in say 10-15 minutes when I do the subsequent gameplay.